Okay. Well, it's done. I got a dude fucking kind of coming back here and watching my shit, so I'm getting out of here. Oh shit, I got over 100 miles on now with the odometer, which I bought the odometer probably about 3 weeks after buying the bike, so yeah, so as much as I wanted to go fucking camping, you know, I had a feeling that is not gonna happen because Labor Day weekend kind of symbolizes the last like full Labor Day weekend kind of symbolizes the last full weekend summer before the kids go back to school, so figured I'd get my last full weekend off that I can for a little while, so this tow truck guy, I know him because he bought Dad bought the sub box off of him for the Grand Prix. So a lot of the like big campers, like big time campers, this is like the last weekend for them. So, and I know I'm not going to get September, but there could be an off chance, but I should fucking start raising fucking hell there. And they're like, well, why are you getting all pissed off all of a sudden? I said, because that last weekend at the end of August that I had off, all I did is I fucking did work at home because I couldn't go fucking camping because the campground filled up because everybody has to have off Labor Day weekend. I asked to have this weekend off because I couldn't go camping for Dad's birthday. And I know they're gonna say like, well, I thought you did for one night. I said, no, I visited, I didn't stay. I tell them I'd fucking visited, I didn't stay. Like, oh. know, as much as I wanted to, I didn't, because I knew I had to be here the next day. Now, you know, the day, you know, one day over the weekend, and I wasn't gonna make my dad fucking drive me back the next fucking day. You know, I at least went out and visited with him for a little while, so I didn't get to stay. You know, now I'm going to be missing a weekend this month, and I'm praying I can go next month. You know, October. You know, I'm going to be missing September because Dee Dee's going to be out for her knee. You know, oh, it's part of life. I said camping is my life. You know, camping, RC cars, gaming, and biking is my life. Work is just a fucking side hustle for me. You know, because right now I don't have any fucking bills to pay and whatever. You know, so they're like, well, what do you mean work is your side hustle? I said work fucking pays me so I can enjoy the fun shit. You know, so that I can do fucking trying to record my... No, I don't want to record it because that takes up a lot of my battery. You know, without having a job, I wouldn't have been able to help pay for that fucking camper. They gave me shit for that. I said, dude, really? You know, I should tell them it's either I was gonna help them buy the fucking camper so that their payments are fucking lower, pay the fucking house off, pay my dad's truck off, or, you know, do something expensive for them. You know, or even, you know, like I said, even pay to repaint my dad's car. Pay to have the different rear end put in my dad's car, you know, different gears. You know, they're gonna ask, well, how much, you know, I know I'd be asked how much that mom and dad had to pay on the house yet, and I tell them, honestly, I don't know the exact number until I ask them what. You know, I know what they gotta pay, I just lie to them. Like, well, what would have been the cheapest option? I went kind of with a moderate option, which was helping them buy the camper. You know, cheapest option would have been re-gearing Dad's car. You know, that would have been the cheapest option. You know, would have been, you know, new ring and pinion, all new bearings, all new seals, and all new fluid, which would have been about $1,100-$1,200 to do. And then the next one up would have been I think to pay Dad's truck. No, that would have been to pay Dad's truck off would have been right in line with paying for the camper. You know, helping pay for the camper. Then after that would have been repainting Dad's car, which that would have ran me about, I don't know, after you factor in labor, material, and paint, you know, you're looking at probably about 6, 8, if not 10 grand to have a shop do it. You know, and I'd want the car stripped so that there's no Bondo and all the paint's off of it too. You know, so there's all the layers of paint because the car got painted because it was black when my dad bought it, so I think that might have been the original color. And then Dad painted it blue. And it was a nice blue. And then Dad painted it raspberry pink, which the car looked good that color too. You know, granted, I never seen, you know, any of the colors that the car has been painted further than the black cherry pearl in person. So I've always seen pictures. So the car was black when my dad bought it.